today we have some wonderful speakers. Like it's full of mathematical scientists and a whole lot. So today we have wonderful speakers. They are from the African Institute of Mathematical Science. So my questions are divided into, I think, 4 parts. General questions about the scholarships. And yeah, we'll start with the general questions about the scholarships. So I'll start with praise. When you are applying for your for the scholarship at the African Institute of Mathematical Science, what were some of the eligibility criteria that was meted out to you, or that you looked out for when you were applying for the scholarship?
First of all, you have to be an African. The scholarship is specifically for Africans. So you have to be an African, whether a woman or a man, that's fine. And also you need to hold a bachelor degree from any recognized university from Africa. So yeah, usually you see they'll write a 4-year degree, but in Francophone countries, we usually do 3-year, we usually have 3-year degrees. So even if you are from a Francophone country, you can still apply with your 3-year degree. So I would say those are the main things. At the end of the day, this is a master's in mathematics. Of course, we say mathematical sciences. It has so many things around it. It's not just maths. It means you need to have a little bit of background in maths. That means if you read maths, physics, computer science, statistics, economics, you are still eligible to apply. So those are the main things. Have a strong background in mathematics, be an African, and yeah, you can apply. So those are the main things, main criteria for you to apply.
Okay, so I want to ask a follow-up question. So let's say you're an African, and yes, I did my bachelor's in an African university, and let's say I did 1 year internship, or maybe I've stayed in a non-African country for like 2 years or 3 years. Do I still qualify to apply? Is it that like the main criteria is you just have to be an African and attend an African institute? It doesn't matter where you are applying from.
Yes, it doesn't really matter where you are applying from. If I take my own example, after my bachelor degree, I didn't apply directly. I was actually working. So I think I applied like 2 years later after my my degree. So it doesn't matter if, of course, it doesn't also need to be too long after your bachelor degree, but at least in some window. So yeah, after your degree, even if you start working 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, I think you are still eligible to apply. There is something I didn't mention, is that AIMS expect you to also have a little bit of, I would say, soft skills in leadership and yeah, those kind of skills. So it's not just having a technical background, if I can say it like that, like a strong mathematical background, but also you need to have those leadership skills, because that's something they want you to build in you too. They want to train you to become someone who can change something tomorrow in Africa here. So you also need to have those skills to qualify. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So my next question, so from what you're saying, I have to be an African and also hold a bachelor's degree in an African university, and I have to also have soft skills in leadership. Okay, so my next question, I think we'll go to, sorry. Okay, so again, I have a follow-up question. Any of you can answer. Do we also have like an age, what's it called? An age limit? Like maybe you have to be maximum 32 or 40 or minimum, like is there any age limit to this scholarship? Please, anyone can answer.
All right, so I think it's usually there's always age limit, but during our own course there was no age limit because I remember that question was asked, and they said this year they decided to make it open as long as you are eligible for the application, you'll be considered. So there was no age limit for our set. So I don't know whether it will be for subsequent years.
Okay. So from what you are saying, it's possible that there is no age limit now too.
Probably.
Okay, it's a possibility. Okay. So Bashira, what are the key benefits of the scholarship? Like in terms of, first of all, in terms of finances, uh, is it that, okay, someone is entering, sorry. So is it that the scholarship, let's say, covers only maybe your tuition and maybe just your accommodation? Does this cover like a specific aspect of your schooling, or it covers everything? What are the first of all, the financial benefits, and also what are the benefits beyond the finances too?
Okay, so for the financial benefit, the scholarship covers tuition, accommodation, feeding, and also there's a monthly stipend attached to it. So when you come, it's taking care of your school fees, and then you get accommodation. You'd also get there's a feeding program 24/7. I think morning, afternoon, and evening feeding program. So I think the only thing you have to do is just qualify and be accepted. There's no financial burden. It even covers if you are coming from any other African country to Ghana, they are able to cover your flights. And even if you are from Ghana and you are coming from any location to the campus, as far as you turn in a receipt, they would refund you for your money. Yeah. So in terms of finances, I think we don't really put in much from our side. Everything that you do, you'd be reimbursed. And also, there's a health insurance. Yes, there's a health insurance that covers your stay throughout the 10 months of the course. So yes, if you are feeling ill, even when you take transportation to the hospital and you bring receipts, you have reimbursed your money. Yes. And then, can you repeat the second question again?
Second question is like, apart from the financial benefits, like, are there other benefits, like let's say mentorship for students or like alumni support? Like, are there other benefits in entering the institute?
Personally, I didn't get any alumni support during applying. It was basically people that I knew were past students of the program that I inquired from, and they helped in the application process. But I don't think AIMS itself has a structured program.
Okay. Yes, please. Okay. So can you, like me, I like money. So when you talk about money, like what's the like amount like in Ghana cedis or dollars or
It's in Ghana cedis. It's in Ghana cedis. And I think this year we are collecting a flat rate of 1,500.
like is it for the food, groceries or everything?
Oh, we are giving breakfast, lunch, and supper.
Okay.
And at our apartments, we have water dispensers. So we have water to drink to, we have food. So I think the 1,500 is mainly if you want to get your toiletries or you'd like to send some money home. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to also know, like with the African Institute of Mathematical Science, is it that when you enter, you automatically get a scholarship, or you have to like apply for the scholarship separately
Okay.
from entry?
Okay. So immediately you get accepted, gotten the scholarship. It comes with the acceptance.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yes,
Wow.
but then there are a lot of sponsors who sponsor the AIMS program, and one of them is the MasterCard Foundation. The MasterCard Foundation. And for this year, my cohorts, they are funding 35 students.
Okay.
So even though we all come in, this year I think we are 56, 57 here. They're about 56. Even though you all come in with a scholarship, MasterCard would like to sponsor a number of people.
Okay.
And then there's an application process and an interview process for that. So right now we have selected the MasterCard Foundation scholars, and that comes with a little bit of benefits. But in terms of what we are paid, we are all paid the same thing. Yes,
The
we are all
same. Okay.
That's the little difference.
Oh, so means that immediately I applied sharp, and I
Yeah,
get some sharp money
yeah.
the flow.
It will come with your acceptance letter. I think they'll let you.
To start applying because Charlie, this one is free information, and wow, I'm surprised that like there is an institute that immediately you enter you get money. Like I'm not saying that I will enter because of money, but yeah,
But I
immediately
think
you
they would like
enter.
to know from your side that
uh
you're also committed to studying. Yes.
Committed now. The money is motivating me to be committed. Okay, so I'm going to Dorcas. Um, Lucas, oh, this question is very nice for you. So, are there any specific quotas for students from different African countries? This is specifically for you, since you are from Nigeria. Yes. So, are there like specific quotas for students from different African countries? Let's say maybe students from Togo have like a maximum of 10 people, 10 students who can enter. Students from Nigeria have like maybe 20, 30. Like, are there any specific quotas, or it's just everyone? Like, there's no specific quotas.
Okay, there is no specific quota. Everybody is eligible to be picked as long as they're from any African country. There is no ratio, and there is no. It's just a free and fair scholarship. There is no being biased about you being picked or not. As long as you are qualified for the admission, you'll be picked. But one thing I just noticed is that we have more of Ghanaians compared to every other African countries, and that is understandable. This is our country, and we don't expect much from Nigeria, Kenya, and the likes. But when something belongs to you, you want to go for it. So I think it's still fair enough. So as long as you apply for it, you have it.
You have it. Okay. Okay. My next question is to Prince. I think that from what Bashira said, I quite remember that she said that the period of the scholarship of the stay is like 10 months. It's like a 1 year or 10 month course. So this question, I don't think it's really, it's self-answering. Is the scholarship renewable? And what are the conditions for the renewal? I think the course is like 10 months, right?
Yes, 10 months for the course. Now it depends on the program that you've chosen. So if you are in the structured masters, it's 10 months, but there's another one that is the co-op. After that, you have an extended period. I think it should be 6 months, where you have the opportunity to, if I'm not mistaken, like to have an internship or something like that. After the course that you've taken. Now, I don't think that's at AIMS Ghana, because at the beginning we didn't talk about AIMS itself. If you allow me, let me just give a brief overview about AIMS itself. So
Yes,
AIMS
please.
is an institute that has its headquarters in Rwanda currently. So it's an institute that it has centers across the continent. So we have 5 centers currently, one in Ghana, one in Senegal, one in Cameroon, one in South Africa, and the last one in Rwanda. So during your application, you are going to choose the center that you want to apply for. So you can choose the Ghana center, you can choose to attend the Senegal center or the Rwanda center. So it depends on like what you want or the country you think you can study in best. But you also have the opportunity, I think, when I was applying back then, they asked me, or like you have a checkbox that is asking you if they don't take you for example, AIMS Ghana Center, do you want your application to be considered for another center? You can decide to check that if you want or not. Now, if I should come back to the question itself, the AIMS scholarship, if you can call it like that, is not directly renewable. Let me explain that. If you are attending the structured masters right now at AIMS Ghana, you are not allowed to apply for another structured masters again, like when you complete. You can't finish a structured masters, then next year or after 2 years, you apply again for another structured masters. So it depends on the founding that is behind the program that you are following. If you attend, you do the structured masters right now at AIMS, you are allowed to apply for another program from AIMS that is not a structured masters. So that's how it is. So for example, let me just give you an example. There's a program that is called AMI.
Yeah.
That's specifically for artificial intelligence. So you are allowed to apply for that, even if you do the structured masters, because that's a totally different program than the program that you are currently doing. So that's how it is. It depends on the founding of the program itself. So you can't apply for the same program twice, but you can apply for different programs from AIMS. Yeah.
Okay, I get it now. So it means that under AIMS, we have like, so AIMS is, let me put it more or less like a university, and under it's like they have like different programs, and you can apply for like more than one programs in AIMS, but you can't apply to one program more than once.
So AIMS is not a university. I know it's easy to think about it that way.
Yeah.
But if you want to be right, it is not a university. So AIMS partners with local universities. So if you are currently at AIMS Ghana, when you finish your master's degree, on your certificate, your certificate is going to be, I would say, stamped by either University of Ghana or University of Cape Coast or KNUST or any other recognized university. So AIMS itself is an institute that partners with local universities to provide you the certificates. But you are right, the AIMS has different programs depending on the sponsors that they have. So for the machine intelligence program, for example, we have sponsors like Google, Facebook, those big tech companies that have sponsored AIMS to train young people in machine intelligence or artificial intelligence. So for the master's degree that most of us have done, or some of my colleagues are currently doing too, we have different sponsors. We have, it can be the government, it can be other institutes, other universities, maybe in Canada, in different countries, any other sponsors. Even Google is sponsoring AIMS. So that's how it is.
Okay. So it's more of an affiliated institution. So like when you graduate, you have your certificate is affiliated to, let's say, University of Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and so on.
Yes, yes. At least at my time, that's how it was. So I'll just call my colleagues who are currently still there, who are scholars there right now to confirm that that's still what is how
Okay.
it is right now.
Yeah.
So maybe
Dorcas and
Bashira.
Ashira.
Yes.
The same as your time now too, like it's affiliated to other universities when maybe you graduate. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, please. So my follow-up questions is to Dorcas. So when you were applying, it's more of questions on the application process. When you're applying, what were some of the important things you've considered when you were applying? Like, what were the documents that you presented, and what were the things that you looked out for whilst applying?
Okay, so during the application, some things I considered was uh, my CV, my curriculum vitae. So it must be well written and not too bulky. Max, 2 pages. And also you must have statement of purpose. What interests you, what you intend to do, and some other questions like that. During your application, you must be honest. You must be honest in whatever it is that you are saying. Then I think there are maths question for you to solve. You solve questions, then also you submit your recommenders, which probably your lecturers or undergrad supervisor and probably your boss, someone that can actually write something good about you. Not just is a good boy, but someone that will be well detailed, give explanatory information about you. So what else? Yeah, you pick the country that you want to apply to because AIMS is not just at Ghana alone. We have other centers too. You pick other centers that you want. You can ask me any further questions.
Okay. So I want to summarize it. So you need your CV, your statement of purpose. You have to be honest too, like when you're applying, and you have to solve some questions. Is it like a portal where you go there and like you solve the questions, or it's more like they will send the questions to you for you to solve?
We have is like a Google form you fill, you save at every stage, and you can go back to it to check up on whatever it is that you are doing. Then you solve the question. Literally, what I did was to solve with handwritten. Then I scanned using a web scanner. Then I uploaded the PDF to the portal. So when you are done, you'll be asked to check through all the information that you have entered, your leadership skills. Probably you are doing something extra, like maybe you have a volunteering job, or maybe you have worked for one. Then also, what's your intention? What do you intend to do after it, or what is the program that you're coming for will do to you? How is it going to shape you to become who you intend to be in future? So yeah, I think that was all. Then when you're done, you check through, then you submit the form.
Okay. So I have a question which I'll throw to Praise. Were you asked to submit English proficiency letter, or maybe English proficiency because you were from like a francophone speaking country?
I don't remember I don't remember. I'm not sure. What is nice is that we actually had a lecturer, an English lecturer, who was coming from the university to help us with the language. So I had some colleagues, at least for me, I had the chance that I was already in Ghana. I spent some time in Ghana, so I was quite used to the language. But I had some other colleagues who were coming from other Francophone countries, who were finding it more difficult than me to speak. But it was quite incredible that after just a month, you will see someone presenting in English. So yeah, we even if you can't speak, that shouldn't stop you from applying. You can uh, apply in English the way you can. Like the application doesn't have to be 100% perfect. Like that's what Dorcas said. You have to be honest. You have to be authentic. Those are the things they want to see in you. And even most of the scholarships that we are going to apply for, that authenticity has to show. So when you're applying, just be authentic. Apply, even if you do some mistakes in the grammar and all those things, those are not the things that are going to disqualify you. And obviously the language is not going to disqualify you. So when you are there, you have a teacher, a lecturer who is going to help you in the language.
Okay, okay. So you have to
Okay, so
apply.
please, I would like to add something.
Yes, please.
Okay, so you have to be honest, like I said, and don't oversell yourself.
Okay.
You know, there are some people that the way they will present themselves, they can say that, oh, I'm an expert in Python, I know LaTeX and this, and at the long run, when just a simple code you have to write it, looking for where do I start from, and it will be like, but you said you could do this. So don't oversell yourself. Just so that, oh, maybe you're still a beginner, still trying to get one or two things, it's fine. Then don't undersell yourself. Just so that, oh, yeah, what I'm doing here, maybe you're actually working, maybe it doesn't count. Everything counts, but don't overdo
Over
it.
Sabi.
Exactly.
Okay, so don't oversell yourself. If you don't know how to do advanced code, then please don't write that you can code. Just be yourself and sell yourself the right way. Okay, so someone is asking in the comment section, what do major topics do? Okay, let me rephrase it. What major topics do you learn from the mathematical sciences? Bashira, do you want to answer this?
Okay, so far, I think we've had, like I mentioned earlier, you've had a bit of everything. You've had the pure mathematics, you've had physics, you've had statistics, we've had programming. Yes. I think at every phase. So we have three phases. I think no one has mentioned that yet. You have a skill phase where it's compulsory to take every course in there. And then there's a review phase where you can select 2 out of 3 courses each block. And then there's a research phase. So I think at the skills phase, you get to experience mathematics, statistics, physics, and programming. It's building like a foundation. And then when you get to the review phase, for each block, the 3 courses for each block would have a mixture of statistics, mathematics, and computing. So you choose which best aligns with your goal, whatever you would like to do here.
Okay. Okay, so it's in stages, it's in phases, and at every phase you have to so the second phase is where you pick, right?
Yes, the second phase is where you pick. They are more advanced courses. Yeah.
Okay. And in terms of the mathematical science, I know from your profile, I think Prince, from your profile, you after you were done, you didn't do like yes, it's mathematical science related, but it's not really purely mathematical science. So what are some of the is it career path that one can take after doing this program?
That's an interesting question because you decide to do the master's degree because you want to go somewhere. So I'll say this actually depends on you, the scholar. So if, as we said, we are from different backgrounds, like when you find yourself together, of course you are together, but you don't have the same background. There are some people who come from physics. There are some people who are in computer science, statistics, economics, or pure maths. So depending on your background, you have an idea of where you want to go, unless you go there and you discover something new. So I think the best example that I can give is my own example. Even though I did maths, pure maths, when I was doing my bachelor's degree, I was a software engineer. Like after my maths, I actually got a job as a software engineer. That's something I was doing on the side that became my career. Then, but I still wanted to improve or to be good or better in maths because I knew it's going to help me even in the computer science field. So I decided to pursue the mathematical science degree. So I learned physics, we learned so many things, but when I went to AIMS, my final master's thesis or paper was on quantum computing, quantum information, if I have to be right. So that's something I actually discovered at AIMS. And I felt that, okay, it was a field that was bringing together all the things that I really enjoyed, like maths, physics, and also computer science. So I decided to do quantum computing, and that's something I'm still learning on the side now. So it actually depends on what you want to do. If you want to do pure maths, then when you are there, during the review phase, you have the opportunity to choose the courses that are related to the field that you want to, or the career that you want to follow. If you want to do physics, then you choose the physics courses. If you want to do computing, maybe depending on the center you may not have enough computing courses, but you have the opportunity to have the lecturers there, the lecturers who you can work with in the field that you want. So you have that plethora of fields that you can follow after the masters.
Okay. And I guess Dorcas is doing purely mathematics.
No, please.
You said you love maths, so I was thinking, yes, you're like doing only maths.
Well, there are two parts of maths. We have a pure part, then we have applied. There are more of the applied
Right. Okay.
people. So.
And Bashira?
Statistics and computing, yeah.
It's maths, so like, wow.
But then I think we just finished a quantum information processing block, and I've been really moved. I've been really moved to look further into it. It's very
nice. Okay, nice. Someone is asking in the comment section, Osman, he said, hi, unfortunately, I joined last minute. You're not late, or you're late, but it's okay. My apologies if I ask a question. But would you advise going for the co-op option or the regular option? Also, I am located in Ghana, and I am wondering if the country I choose would influence my experience. Any advice on that? Whether the co-op option, I think the co-op option is it cooperative program? I've forgotten the like full name, but I know there's cooperative there. And is this the regular option, the mathematical science, is it the regular option and the co-op option? Like, is there any difference? I don't know if you got the question.
Yes, I got the question.
Yes, please, Dorcas.
Okay, so we have to type, and just like the same way this person was confused, I was also confused when I wanted to pick the one I'm going for. So what we are doing presently is the regular master's program.
Mhm.
So I think that's what you should be. I think the cooperative one is meant for maybe teachers or something. I'm not really sure about that. But the one I know perfectly well is the regular master's program.
Okay.
I,
Prince.
yeah, I can also add something to that. So the co-op is for those who want to immediately enter into the industry after after the 10 months, so they have the opportunity to have like 4 to 6 months internship after after the regular masters that you do. So it's just like the regular masters with that added internship opportunity. Now, yes, the country that you choose will matter, because I think in some centers you don't have the co-op. I remember in at AIMS Ghana, I don't know if now they have the co-op at AIMS Ghana, but at AIMS Ghana, uh, in my time there was no co-op. We didn't have that opportunity to choose the co-op. So it's up to you to choose like the one that you want. If you want the added benefit of having those 4 to 6 month industry internship, then you can apply for the co-op.
Okay, so from what you are saying, it just nah, Bashir. Yes, please.
So like Prince said, we are the first batch of the co-op program in Ghana. They've introduced it this year. So I think it's from in the subsequent years from this year it will be going on. And it will be an option in the application form when you are applying to Ghana. And then about his question on whether the country he chooses will influence his experience. Well, I actually chose Ghana because I wanted to be in Ghana. But then it's after I came here and talking to my colleagues that I found out that they chose Ghana because of particular like apparently every center has a focus. And I had a chance to see the AIMS Rwanda um, curriculum for this year. And I could see that there were a lot of computing, a lot of data, like, yes. But then here at Ghana, our curriculum is a bit different. So it would definitely influence your experience
All
depending
right.
on the country you
Okay.
apply.
Okay, so it's all depends on yourself too, like what you want and your choices, the course that you are interested in and everything. Okay. I think that most of the questions here have been exhausted by like the conversations as we are going on. I've seen that tick. I've ticked most of the questions that are here. Okay, I think there's yeah. Thank you. Bashir Osman is saying thank you to everyone. Okay, so maybe post-graduation opportunities. This one is going to Prince because Prince is an alumni. He's done, right?
Yes.
Okay, so after you were done, and maybe I know you had friends and you've had conversations with them and everything, and you've seen the career paths that they've taken. What are some of the career paths that is available to AIMS mathematical sciences graduates?
Okay. So I think AIMS for me was that's how I saw it. It was like an open gate into maybe universities that may be difficult for me to attend if I didn't attend AIMS, because of the huge network opportunity that we had with the lecturers. So at AIMS, the lecturers were coming from like different university different international universities. We had local lecturers like from University of Ghana and co, but also lecturers from Canada, lecturers from US, lecturers from Germany. Yeah, so when you have that, and depending on the field or the career that you want to pursue, this is an opportunity for you to network with the lecturer, and that lecturer can be your recommender or share some opportunity with you to continue, or even sometimes invite you to continue in his university or her university, for example. So I know many of my colleagues who actually traveled to US. Some of them went to Italy to continue their learning journey.
Journey.
Some of us, we decided to continue with the work, decided to continue with industry. Me currently, I'm working. So many of us too decided to continue with the work. After when we completed, there were a group of people who had the opportunity to attend a 1 month training that was called IIP, Industry Immersive Program. So that program was intended to help them acquire the necessary skills that they need to enter into industry, into business. So from those people too, some of them got the opportunity to continue as an employee at AIMS itself, and some went to other industries. So that's how I always see it. The network effect is the most important thing at AIMS. So when you go to AIMS, don't hesitate to ask for like opportunities. Don't hesitate to network with lecturers to keep those contacts. That's very, very important. When you know a lecturer, keep that contact, send the lecturer emails from time to time, ask for opportunities if they have, ask if you can help in something, and also those people will know you and recommend you when you need it.
Okay, your network is your network. That's one thing I always say, and I always hear everywhere. So it's very important that you network with your lecturers and your friends, and yeah. Okay, so someone is asking in the comment section, or someone is asking, please, is AIMS flexible in terms of attending summer programs and or conferences outside the program? Like during your program, are you allowed to, let's say, attend conferences, summer school outside of AIMS, or you are like restricted only to AIMS?
About the summer programs, I think AIMS starts in September and ends in June. So if you are applying for a summer program, it's most likely to begin while you are ending the
Okay.
program here. And then about attending conferences, I don't know how you'd manage that during the 10 months, because it's very intensive. It's a very intensive 10 months program. But then I don't think, and then you have to attend lectures, you have to be present. And if you are leaving for any reason, you would have to let the authority know that you are leaving. For so far, yes. I think maybe Prince can share his points on this too.
Yeah, thank you, Bashira. I think the most important thing is to speak to the administration, to the administration, and for them to see, or like you just go and defend yourself if that's really, really, really important to you to attend. I had a friend, a very close friend, who attended a conference in Senegal when we were, I think, in the research phase. During the review phase or the skills phase is going to be a bit difficult for you because of the lectures. Like during lectures, I'm not sure they will really allow you to leave. But if maybe you have that, I don't know if it's 1 week or 2 weeks pause that we usually have, then if like your summer school, your summer program or the conference falls into those pauses, or maybe during the research phase, you can go and defend yourself and seek for permission to attend those conferences. If they allow you, you go. If they don't allow you,
You stay.
you sign the contract, so you have to stay.
You have to stay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, your master's program, do you think that there are opportunities to, I think you even mentioned that some of your friends have gone outside the country to pursue, like to continue their learning. So is it like
Many of them.
many of them, are they doing like PhD?
Yes, some are doing PhDs, some are doing masters, but usually if you finish a master's degree there, then it's an open word for you to continue a PhD. So many of them have gone for master's degree. Some have got the opportunity to go for a PhD directly.
Okay. So this is an open question. You can choose to answer because I feel like it's a personal question, but you can choose to answer or not. It's to Na and Dorcas. So after your master's, are you looking at just jumping into the industry pool, or you are still continuing with learning, like PhD or furthering your master's or something like that?
Okay. So for me personally, currently I'm looking into PhD opportunities. And I think one of my favorite things about AIMS is they are very supportive about that. They always want to know what you are going to do after here and how they can help. But, yes, and I've received so much support here towards that.
Okay. And Dorcas?
Yeah, same as Napoli.
Oh,
Same.
that's nice. Yeah, it's in PhD. It's nice that at least we have like a lot of people do now like doing PhD, because when people hear PhD, they become scared like, hey, like it's very difficult or something. But I'm proud of you girls, team PhD. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think
Thank
this is
you.
something that also helps you to see, like, it opens your mind
Yes.
into all the opportunities that are out there, and it even demystifies some of those things. Like, there are some things maybe you were not thinking about them that way, or you were seeing them like, PhD, this is something that is huge. Of course, it's huge, but you can also do it. You can also do it. And we usually say if you survive at AIMS, like, you are going to
You can
survive
survive
everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So that we've exhausted all our questions. So my final question, how is it like, how is, yes, this will be a follow-up question about survival at AIMS. How was your experience like at AIMS? Prince, you brought it up, so go first then. Na and Dorcas will follow.
You can see that we are all laughing.
Yes, I can see Dorcas just.
There is something that is called 4 p.m. on Saturday.
Hey.
So the whole thing is that so what I liked at AIMS from day one was how everybody was supportive, like, especially all the students. Like, I haven't experienced that anywhere before. Everybody was willing to help everybody, because the program, as we said, is in 10 months. So you can think about it. If you should do a master's degree in 10 months,
10
it's
months.
very intense.
10,
So you
yeah.
don't have time to, like, do other things. You really have to focus and learn a lot. And that's where you see how supportive your colleagues who are also are. And you also have to be supportive towards them. Of course, that doesn't mean you have to copy and all those things, plagiarism and all those things, but there is some kind of support that you feel. Now, how to survive? as I said, you just have
Survival
to
kit.
you just have to maybe at the beginning it may be a bit difficult for you if you are not used to that. Actually, was used to it, so you have to try to cope, and yeah, it gets to a place where you are just used to it, and you just accept your fate. You accept your fate. You uh, you do all the assignments. You make sure you don't sleep. If you sleep, 4 p.m. the 4 p.m. when 4 p.m. Rings and you don't submit, then you are in trouble.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
I can see
So yeah.
it's very intensive because 10 months, I think most masters are like 2 years. For my masters, I did it for 2 years. So like 10 months is wow, it's a lot. It's a lot in 10 months. And if you are able to survive, it means that you are brelapa, like your mind is sharp. You are very sharp too. Nah. Or let me go to Dorcas.
Okay.
I think Dorcas is itchy to talk. Like the way she is laughing. Let me go to Dorcas.
Okay. Masters, masters at Ames.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would say that it's stressful,
Mm-hmm.
but it's shaping you. It's really shaping you. Like it's like what Prince said, he said 4 o'clock. Now we are having 9 p.m. deadlines, and even at 8:58, you are still on the assignment. Hey, it's not an easy task. It's not an easy task. And also you have the privilege to meet with people. Like you have different people that can actually guide you. You have tutors. You have your fellow colleagues. Like we used to say, we have 56 brains. I'm very sure your own brain cannot extend up to 56 brains. So we have a lot of people, but it is stressful, you know. One of the staff told me that, so you saw scholarship, you thought it was on the platform, the platter of gold. You think you're just here to come and sleep. There is no sleep at Ames, you are not sleeping. You are not sleeping, like no sleep. The only sleep you have is maybe on weekends and maybe probably the night. We are so calm now because we are in our reading week, so everything is flexible. If it was like last week that we are having this kind of conversation, I'm not sure we'll be here because everything will be so intense. So though you have everything, what they really want is just for you to study. Study and bring out something productive about yourself. They believe in you, they believe that you have the ability to solve African problems. So you should be able to prove what they have seen in you while you were applying. That's why I said you must not oversell yourself. So it's very important. For aims, very challenging. If you are being picked, you can do it.
Okay. Nah. Okay.
Hmm.
Prince, you want to add something before now goes?
Or let me allow Nat to speak,
Okay,
and
now,
then
your experience, has it shown you
Uh,
shaky or you are still surviving?
okay. So personally, I really underestimated it when I read the 1 year intensive. I was like, oh, how intensive could it be? I'm not sure. It's crazy. It's intense, but like Doctor, what she say, one thing I like about it is after each block, I feel like I have grown more. It gives you learn so much, and it really impacts you, especially in self-development. It's a really good experience. So despite the negatives, there's a positive to it. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that yes, it may look like a negative, but it's really shaping you. It's like when you are carving diamond out of stone. I don't know, you don't carve diamond out of stone, but like the process of the replenishing diamond. It's you go through like a lot of things. Even when you're extracting gold, you go through a lot of things and it refines you. So it's more of a refinement process. Yes, you might see it as a negative now, but when you go into the job market and like you are shining, you'll be like, oh, wow, this was a positive. And you won't even think of what you went through after the 10 months. Believe me, like you won't think of it. All you would think, oh, I've graduated, I'm in this field, I'm doing this and that. So maybe it might be a negative now, but I think that it's a positive in the long run. It's a long
Yeah. Yeah.
Prince.
Yeah, you've actually mentioned what I wanted to talk about. We are saying it's stressful. It's not to discourage anybody. Don't be discouraged to apply. You are not going to die. So you're not going to die. Yes. I think my colleagues mentioned that AIMS is going to like reshape you, like your whole mindset is going to change. And that's something that is actually amazing, because when you start a PhD, that's how the pressure is going to be, and even maybe more than that. When you join a company, that's how the pressure is going to be if you have to deliver something on a deadline, for example. So you shouldn't see it like something that is negative, but that something that is training you to perform better when you are in real life. And you can see that's why many universities actually are going to pick you. I'm not saying it's easy like that, but because of the way or the impact that previous students have demonstrated in those universities, when you apply as an AIM student, they already trust you. Like there is already a little bit of trust because your previous colleagues have been there and they've shown that these are people who can actually work. They've done their PhDs, they graduated and all those things. So you already have some edge when applying to some universities who know AIM students. The same thing for some companies too. So this is something that is going to really, really shape you in a very positive way. So you shouldn't be scared at all. That's a training process. You suffer a little bit, but it will bring you very good return.
Yeah.